This is your IT guy here, Jeff. And today we're going to discuss how to migrate your Hyper-V solution on site to AWS Cloud. We're going to be using the AWS SMS Connector migration tool. And we're going to be using a Hyper-V 2016, 2019 headless servers. We're going to be migrating from a Windows 2012 R2 installation with a GUI interface. So the first step we want to do is we want to open up our console in AWS. Okay, type in AWS SMS Connector Hyper-V. This will bring us to the documentations. I'll link these documentations down later on so that you can use those in your guide and assist you further. What we're going to do now is we're going to connect to our console. So we'll open up another tab here. Close this one out. Close this one out. Close this one out. Close this one. Close this one. Okay. We're opening a new tab here. AWS, and I have my console. It's aws.amazon.com/console. I was just logged in. The system will hold my place as I come back. I'm logging back in right now, and I'm at the console page. If you haven't logged in before, you'll want to do a login. So we'll exit out and actually do a login for those that don't know how to log in. You would set up an account. Signing out right now. You would set up an account right here under the account, my account. Okay. Sign in the console. Okay. I have my information here. I'm going to use one of my profiles here. And always set up two-factor. Always set up two-factor. Okay. Okay, we're here. So in the console, you'll see all the applications that are available. I know I'm looking for the SMS, so I'll type in SMS, and it'll sort and give this option here: Server Migration Services. I'll click that option. It will bring me to this guide page. From here, this guide will lead you step by step on how to set up the connector. My job today will be to show you visually how you'll go about that process. Okay, so when we get started, we're going to click on Get Started, and it gives some criteria here. For those migrating from Azure to AWS, that gives a path, the PowerShell script, and so forth, and how to walk through those steps. For those coming from VMware, you can use the vCenter approach. Download an OVA file, open virtualization file, run it, and it will create a VM in your environment, and then from that VM, you will upload, it will make a catalog of the VMs local. You'll select which ones you want to use, and you'll upload them. For those running System Center, you can use this approach that I'm going to use here. Similar, but not the same. And also, today, what we're going to focus on is Hyper-V. I've noticed there are quite a few examples here with VMware, and I haven't seen too many people migrate from Azure. So I'm going to approach this from the perspective of the most likely candidates. Someone that has an on-prem Hyper-V and they want to migrate out. So let's begin. So what we'll do is we'll download this VHD zip here. And what's in this VHD zip here is a virtual container that will be used to connect to AWS. You'll follow some steps that we're going to display next, and you will connect to your AWS account here, and then you'll upload it. So while that's downloading, we'll go ahead and click View Connectors. Okay, so as you see here, we don't have any connectors set up at the moment. If you had connectors set up, you would see the connector health status and other metrics. Let's go to our dashboard. This dashboard here shows the health of the service, the number of connectors I have running, the number of replication jobs I have, and other useful, helpful information. This screen here will show all the applications, our VMs that we will have in our environment that we want to send to AWS. This feature here is for applications. We won't touch on that today, but this is to send applications to AWS. And this tab here is to show the replication of different jobs and just replicating up. Okay, our download says about 3 minutes now. I'll pause the video, and when the download gets through, we'll start from there. Hello everyone, we've migrated over to the Windows server here. This is our 2012 server, and we're gonna get this party rolling. So I've moved the file from the other machine over to this server. I kicked it up and started it. I saved the file here in the download folder, but I want to really move it somewhere where I can easily get to it. So I'm moving it here to this VHD. Just going to put it on the root. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, 600, almost 600. Oh, no. Back up. Yeah, there we go. Okay, let's go ahead and extract it. It is a zip file, as you see here. I'm going to go ahead and extract it here. I'm just going to let that process roll in the background while I get the second half point. Okay. So it says 2 minutes. It looks like it's going to be about a minute and a half. So while that's going, we'll go here and we'll open up Hyper-V. We'll type in Hyper. Server should fill it out. We'll right click on it, go to Run as Admin. As you see here, my servers are here, the server name, and the VMs that I have on it. If you don't see anything and it looks blank, what you'll want to do is go to Action, go to Connect to Server, click Local, which if it's on this server, or type in the particular server name if it's on another server, and hit OK. It will load it up and it will get it ready for you. We have about less than 40 seconds ago. And what we have here is 2 VMs. They're both CentOS Gen 1 VMs. And what we're going to do with these 2 VMs is we're going to migrate them up to AWS. We also use these VMs in another tutorial coming where I migrate them with replications over to another server. Give you a sneak peek. Currently it says down because I have those servers off. Okay, we're almost done. And it's writing the last drive. Let's look at the anatomy here. Okay, so we have some snapshots here. We have the VHD disk, And inside that folder, we have the various disks. It looks like they built it on free BSD. There's a personality, I'm assuming maybe settings. There's a logs for logs and issues. There's a tip, and there's a VM decays. Okay, so let's copy this location, and let's get this puppy rolling. We'll click on the server where you want to install the connector. Right click on it. Let's do import. Next. The wizard will come up. We'll go next. We'll find the folder, even though I've copied it. I'll show you. We'll double click on it. Not here. This is our zip, remember? This is folder. You see the files? We'll click select folder. We'll click next. We see here. It says server migration service. It has it was actually created in the year 1600. No, that's not what that means. That means that it has a dummy date, and it will be created. It was actually created on 4/21/2020. Let's click on this particular VM. We'll click next. So your option, you'll want to do copy VM, so it creates a new UID. I will explain this in detail later on in a separate video. We'll go next. I store mine in a different location. I actually store all this information here on this E drive. So I'm going to put it here, E, and I even store the configurations, correct. I store the configurations on the E drive as well. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. So that makes a checkpoint folder, and it has a smart folder. Also, that's another thing to mention. We'll speak on checkpoints in just a minute. Next. Now it's asking me, where do you want to store the VH disk? I want to store them on this same system here. So I'll go back and look. Okay, I have a folder for replicas. I actually have that stored right here in the virtual disk. So I'll just go ahead and let's create a new folder. Let's create a folder under here. Let's type SMS. No, let's do it on the E drive. So SMS Hyper-V. SMS / Hyper-V / virtual disk. We'll separate them from our current disk. So we'll go here. I'll click next, and it'll begin. It does. I don't have. It says it doesn't have the default V switch they use. So I'll click. We run 10 gigabits here with Metalines cards. So I have 2 in this connected in this system. So we'll just pick one of them. It doesn't really matter. They both on the same back end. Next. And now we have all our configurations ready for us. We have the name. We have the location where it's going to be imported from. We're going to create a new ID, checkpoint folders, so forth, and the switch. And we hit next. This part can go fast or slow, depending on your system. This is a 24 core system, 24 gigs. Let's see how long it takes. So as we see here, it's going to take a minute. What we're going to do here is stop the video, and once the disk have completed, We'll pick up right here and continue on. 205. I'll be back shortly.